going to teach about the transportation. I'm just going to say about some fundamentals which you have studied in your lower classes. Okay, so in that I'm going in depth. So today's class we are going to see about the fundamentals of the leaf. Okay. So you all people know that. So what is a leaf? So leaf ante enti. So leaf is a okay. So leaf is a when we look at itself, we can say it is green. The leaf is green, flat. The leaf is green, flat. Okay, flat. Then it's a lateral outgrowth in plants. Okay, so it is green. A leaf is a green, flat, lateral outgrowth in plants. So why we are calling it as a lateral outgrowth means it is not coming from straight forward. It is not like this. It is like this. So it is arising from the lateral outgrowth. So plant nunchi lateral side అనేవి leaf grow అవుతుంది. So that is why we are calling it as lateral outgrowth in plants. So it is dorsi-ventrally flattened. Dorsi-ventrally means, okay, so at the front side and back side it is flattened. So it is dorsi-ventrally flattened, okay, and it is thin. So that is about the leaf. Next, coming to the external structure of the leaf. If you take the external structure of the leaf, so leaf is having a stalk-like structure. So a stalk-like structure. So here if you observe, so it is having a stalk-like structure. Okay, so it is having a stalk-like structure. So that will connect the leaf blade or lamina to the stem, that we call it as petiole. So the one which is a stalk-like structure which connects the lamina to the stem, that is called petiole. Dani petiole antam. So petiole, okay. So if it is having stalk, then we call it as petiolated. Some leaves, okay, some leaves they don't have the petioles. So then the leaf is directly attached to the stem like this. Okay. So the leaf is directly attached to the stem. So this we call it as sessile. So we have two kinds. Okay, we have two kinds. So one is petiolated. If the leaf is having stalk, then we call it as petiolated. We call it as petiolated. So dani petiolated antam. Okay. So we call it as petiolated. So ఏ లీవ్స్ కి అయితే స్టాక్ అనేది ఉంటుందో దాన్ని petiolated అంటాం. So if it is not having stalk, if the leaf is directly attached to the stem, then we call it as sessile. Okay. So next we will see the parts of the leaf. So if we come to the parts of the leaf, so it is having the lamina. Okay. So it is having the lamina. So this is called lamina antam. Okay. So this one entire structure is called lamina. So lamina is also called as leaf blade. Lamina is also called as leaf blade. Lamina is also called as leaf blade. Next, coming to the central line, which is okay, the central line which is coming across the leaf, that we call it as midrib. So this we call it as midrib, the central line, the central line. So this is called midrib. Okay, so the midrib, okay, from the midrib, the branches arises, that is we call it as veins, that we call vein, that we call vein. So midrib gives rise to branches. Midrib gives rise to branches. Those are called veins. Okay, those are called veins. Veins again gives rise to branches. Those are called venules. Those are called venules. So those are called venules. We can also call them as veinlets. We also call them as veinlets. We also call them as veinlets. Okay. So this is the structure of the leaf. The leaf is dorsiventrally flattened. The central line, the middle line of the leaf is called midrib. Midrib gives rise to branches called veins. Veins gives rise to branches called venules or veinlets. Okay. So this is about the external structure of the leaf. Okay. So leaf is also having, okay. So leaf is also having the leaf base. Okay. Dini leaf base antamu. So this is called leaf base. Okay, this portion. So dini leaf base antamu. So this one we call as margin. So leaf is having the boundary. Leaf is having the boundary. So that is called margin. That is called margin. ఓకే సో మనకి పేపర్ పైన మార్జిన్స్ ఎలా డ్రా చేస్తామో ఓకే సో జస్ట్ లైక్ దట్ లీఫ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో హ్యావింగ్ ద మార్జిన్స్ based on the margin. Okay, the leaf may be the smooth, so now it is looking like smooth. Sometimes you can see like this. Okay, like this is called sisa teeth ani toothed leaf ani antam. Okay, sometimes it is lobed, so that time we call it as lobed. Okay, like this. So it comes from the midrib. Okay, that is called lobed. So we, based on the margin, we have different kinds of the leaves. Okay, the margin may be toothed or lobed or smooth. Okay, so that is about leaf base, then margin. Okay. So next, coming to the, okay, in leaf only, we have the stipules. Okay, stipulated or ex-stipulated antam. Stipulated or ex-stipulated antam. Ex-stipulated. So what does it means? Means, okay, so the petiole. Okay, so at the base, okay, at the base of the petiole, the stipules arises. Stipules are nothing but these are small flap-like structures. You can see in the picture. They are small flap-like structures. They are small flap-like structures which arise at the base of the petiole. Which arise at the base. This is the base of the petiole. So which arise at the base of the petiole, then those are called stipules. We call them as stipules. If the okay, so if that leaf is having stipules, then we call it as stipulated. If the leaf doesn't have the stipules, if it doesn't have the stipules, then we call it as ex-stipulated. If it doesn't have the stipules, we call it as ex-stipulated. Okay, so let us discuss one more thing also here. So let me explain what is a node. Okay, so two terms I'm going to tell you. Okay, node, internode. Okay, so what is node? The point where the leaf attaches to the stem, that point is called node. Okay, you can see in the picture here clearly. So the point, okay, this is the point. The point where the leaf attaches to stem, then it is called node. Okay, the intervals between or the portion between two nodes. The length between two nodes is called internode. Inter means in between nodes. The portion or the length, okay, or the length of the stem between the two nodes is called internode. Inter ante in between nodes. Okay, the length of the stem between two nodes is called internode. Okay, so this is about the external structure of the leaf. Now we are going to discuss about the internal structure of the leaf. Okay, so this is the internal structure of the leaf. Here we have the, okay, so upper epidermis, lower epidermis, upper epidermis, lower epidermis. So upper epidermis is covered by a protective sheath or a waxy layer called cuticle. So cuticle, it is a waxy layer. Okay, so it is preventing the dehydration in the leaf. It does not allow the water to enter outside the leaf. So that is the function of the cuticle. Epidermis, it is the outer layer of the leaf. Okay, next coming to the lower epidermis. So lower epidermis, he is having the god cells. It is having the god cells, kidney shaped cells are called god cells. These god cells, their function is they are regulating the opening and closing of the stomata. You can see the stomatal pores here. So this is control. Okay, god cells, the kidney shaped cells, they are regulating the opening and closing of the stomata. So we have the stoma here. Stoma ante singular, stomata ante plural. The stomata, what is the function of the stomata? Stomata is involved in the gaseous exchange. It is involved in the gaseous exchange. So oxygen anedi, it comes outside, carbon dioxide anedi, it enters into the leaf. So stomata is responsible for the gaseous exchange. Okay. Next, we have the mesophyll. The middle layer of the leaf is called, okay, mesophyll. The mesophyll is having two parts: palisade parenchyma, spongy parenchyma. Palisade parenchyma, so you have got this in your ninth class. Okay, so these palisade parenchyma, so it is a ground tissue. This you have got in your ninth class. So this form the bulk of the plant. Okay, so this palisade parenchyma is closely packed and it is responsible for the photosynthesis. Then spongy parenchyma, it is loosely packed with large amount of air spaces. So you can see in the picture, we have large amount of air spaces. Okay, so it is also responsible for the photosynthesis. Why they are responsible for the photosynthesis? Because they contain the chloroplast. They contain the chloroplast. Okay, large amount of chloroplast. That is why they are responsible for the photosynthesis. Next one, we have at the edge of this mesophyll layer, we have the vascular bundle sheath. So in the vascular bundle sheath, okay, we have the xylem and phloem. So xylem is responsible for the transport of the water to different parts of the plant, and phloem is responsible for the transport of, okay, um, food materials to different parts of the plant. So this xylem and phloem we can see in the veins. Okay, exactly leaf లో ఎక్కడ లొకేట్ అయి ఉంటాయి అంటే in the veins. So veins are responsible for the transport of water and food to all the parts of the plant. Okay, so this is about the internal structure of the leaf. So before going into the venation, let us see what are the functions of the leaf. Okay, so you all people know that what are the functions of the leaf. So which organ is called kitchen of the plant means it is a leaf. So why it is called kitchen of the plant means The leaf is responsible. Leaf is the main organ which is responsible for the photosynthesis. So plants, okay, they can prepare their own food. That is why they are called autotrophs. Okay, so photosynthesis dwara they prepare their own food, and that food will provide the energy for the plant to survive and to carry out the all the life processes like metabolism. Okay, so some excretions, etc. Okay, now we will see what is venation. So not only photosynthesis, okay, leaves also perform the transpiration. Transpiration means, okay, the evaporation of the water, the evaporation of water through leaf. So leaf, okay, so normal ga, okay, so normal ga water anedi when it evaporates, then we call it as evaporation. Okay, if it evaporates through the leaf, then we call it as transpiration. The evaporation of the water through the leaf via leaf, then it is called transpiration. Okay, the removal of the water, you can simply say the removal of the water through the leaf. So if the removal of water happens on the surface area of a land, then we call it as evaporation. So evaporation ki, transpiration ki, there is a lot of difference. Evaporation ante the removal of the water on land surface area, then that is called evaporation. If the same removal of the water happens through the leaf, then it is called transpiration. Leaves, they perform the transpiration, they perform the photosynthesis. These are the two main functions. Not only these functions, these are the primary functions of the leaf. It has the secondary functions like some leaves they store the food materials. Some leaves they store the food materials. Some leaves they protect the plant. Some leaves they protect the plant. So all these are the functions of the leaf. Next, coming to the venation. So venation means the arrangement of veins. Okay. So here, arrangement of veins. Arrangement of veins, only veins. Okay, so arrangement of veins, okay, in the leaf, then it is called venation. The arrangement of veins in the leaf is called venation. We have two kinds of venation. Okay, so one is reticulated veins, okay, reticulated venation. So reticulated venation, this we can observe in the dicot plants. Dicot plants means like mango, groundnut, hibiscus. So all these are the dicot plants. So in that plants, okay, the veins are arranged in network like pattern in the entire leaf. Veins you can see here. Okay, so veins are arranged in a network like, in a net like pattern, in a net like pattern. Okay, so all over the leaf, all over the leaf. When the veins are arranged in a net like pattern all over the leaf, then it is called reticulated venation. Okay, next, coming to the parallel venation. If the veins are running parallel to each other, if the veins are running parallel, so we have the center. Okay, on either side of the midrib, the veins are running parallelly. On either side of the midrib, they are running parallelly. So this is called parallel venation. If the veins run parallel to each other, okay, on either side of the midrib of the leaf, then it is called parallel venation. This we can see in the monocot plants like, okay, grass. We can observe this in the grass. You observe this in the banana plant. You are very familiar with the banana plant. Okay, so in the banana, okay, in the case of grass, you can observe this. In the case of rice also, you can observe this parallel venation. So these are the difference between reticulated venation, parallel venation, and examples. Okay. Have two kinds of leaves, simple leaf and compound leaf. Simple leaf means if it is having a okay, single leaf blade. Okay, if it is having single leaf blade at a node, then it is called simple leaf. Okay, here the midrib is not divided. Here the midrib is not divided, it is undivided. That is called simple leaf. Then coming to the compound leaf. So compound leaf means, so here, so if the okay, so if it is having more than one leaf blade, if it is having more than one leaf blade, then we call them as compound leaf. In this, the midrib is divided into leaflets. You can see in this picture also. Okay, so these are called leaflets. Okay, this is also a compound leaf. Okay, so the midrib center anadi, okay, this is called center midrib. The midrib is divided into leaflets. Okay, so that we call them as compound leaf. Such kind of leaves we call them as compound leaf. Okay, so that is the simple leaf. Okay, leaf blade unte dani simple leaf antamu. More than one leaf blade unte at a node. Okay, you have to keep in mind at a node. నోడ్ దగ్గర ఒకే లీఫ్ బ్లేడ్ ఉంటే సింపుల్ లీఫ్ అంటాము. నోడ్ దగ్గర మోర్ దెన్ వన్ లీఫ్ బ్లేడ్ ఉంటే దాన్ని కాంపౌండ్ లీఫ్ అంటాం. ఓకే, సో దట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద సింపుల్ లీఫ్ అండ్ కాంపౌండ్ లీఫ్. ఓకే, next, so this is the arrangement of the leaf. The next picture I'm showing you, this is called arrangement of the leaves. Okay, so this is the arrangement of the leaves. So based on the arrangement of the leaves on the stem, they are divided. Okay, so that they are divided into different tabs. So that arrangement of the leaves on the stem is called phyllotaxy. Dani phyllotaxy antam. We call it as phyllotaxy. We call it as phyllotaxy. Okay, so we have three kinds of leaf arrangements. So we have three kinds of leaf arrangements. So one is alternate phyllotaxy. So in this we can see one leaf, the if one leaf is present at a node in alternate manner, that means coming to the days, Monday, Wednesday, this is alternate. Okay, so giving the gap in between one by one. Okay, so here, if the leaves are present in an alternate manner at a node, then it is called alternate phyllotaxy. Then opposite phyllotaxy. If the two leaves are present at a node in an opposite manner, north, south, like that, in opposite directions, then we call it as opposite phyllotaxy. Okay, so if the leaves are present in a circular manner, if three, okay, so if three or more leaves are present at a node in a circular manner, you can see here, okay, they are arranged in a circle. Okay, so if they are arranged in a circular manner at a node, then we call it as whorled phyllotaxy. Whorl means circle. So that kind of phyllotaxy, we call it as whorled phyllotaxy. So this is about the entire topic of the leaf. Let me summarize what we have seen in this class. Okay, so we have seen that. So what is a leaf? Okay, what is the external structure of the leaf? What is the internal structure of the leaf? Then what is a venation? What are the functions of the leaf? Then what are the types of leaves? Okay, so what is the arrangement of the leaves? So all these we have seen in today's class. Okay. So now if you have any doubts or if you don't understand anywhere, you can ask me now. Doubts same. Okay. So what is petiole? Any one of you can answer. Petiole ante enti? చెప్పండి అమ్మా.
Joining
Joining
leaf to
of
stem, madam. Leaf to
Joining
stem,
of
madam.
okay.
leaf to stem.
So
Madam,
those who
the
are
petiole is
answering,
the
say your name also.
petiole is the stalk that
Hmm.
attaches leaf blade of the stem, madam.
Okay, ma. Okay. Next question. What is venation? Venation ante enti? Some are
One
leaving.
second,
Okay, don't leave before itself. So I will note the names. Cheppamma.
madam. Once again repeat that question, madam.
Venation. What is venation?
Vinesh.
Venation ante enti?
Arrangement of leaves in the wings is called venation.
Arrangement of
Leaves
Wings.
in the wings.
veins. Okay, good ma. Okay.
The arrangement of veins in the leaf is called venation. Venation pattern of leaf.
Okay. Okay, good ma. So these are the simple definitions. We no need to by heart it. So when we listen once, we can okay. So we can know what is that. Okay. సో ఇది మీకు ఇంటర్మీడియట్ లెవెల్ కూడా పనికొస్తుంది. మీ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో ఎలా ఇచ్చారంటే మీకు ఎక్కువగా జువాలజీ కవర్ అయ్యేటట్లు ఇచ్చారు. సో బాటనీ పార్ట్ అనేది చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటుంది అనమాట. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ఆల్ ద ఫండమెంటల్స్. సో యూ విల్ గెట్ దిస్ ఆల్సో ఇన్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ ఆల్సో. ఓకే. సో ఈ రోజు లీఫ్ గురించి చదువుకున్నాం. కంప్లీట్ అబౌట్ ద లీఫ్. ఓకే. సో ఇంకా ఏం డౌట్స్ లేవా? సో మీరు చెప్పిన వెంటనే క్లాస్ ఏ రోజుకి ఆ రోజు మర్చిపోకుండా జస్ట్ మేక్ ఏ నోట్. ఓకే. సో నోట్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకేనా? ఓకే. సో ఇంకేం డౌట్స్ లేకపోతే ఐ విల్ ఎండ్ ద సెషన్. చాప్టర్స్ అయిపోయింది. ఆ 2 చాప్టర్స్ లో కూడా మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ వస్తే యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మీ ఎట్ ఎనీ టైం. ఓకే. సో తర్వాత మీకు కొంచెం సిలబస్ డెలీట్ అయిందనమాట. సో దట్ ఐ విల్ ప్లేస్ ఇన్ ద గ్రూప్. ఓకే. సో ఆ డెలీటెడ్ సిలబస్ ఒకసారి చూసుకోండి. ఓకేనా?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So can I end the session if you don't have any doubts?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.